Hello, I'm Jared Willett, and welcome to My Thoughts for What They're Worth, episode number 17, which is entitled Back from the Edge. We'll get to that in just a second, but I would like to ask you, if you like what we're doing here on the podcast, please give us a like, a share, or maybe even a subscribe. Keep us moving forward. The goal, I don't know exactly what it is, but I know it's out there someplace, and maybe I'll get to it with my thoughts. Back from the edge refers getting back from the edge of third-party obscurity. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Just when we thought he'd kind of faded away, he has come I wouldn't say he's come roaring back, but he's come back. You may remember he had the big Super Bowl commercial that no one liked, reminiscent of his uncle, John F. Kennedy. And a lot of people got mad about that, but it did create some stir, and it does what an ad is supposed to do, get people talking about the product being RFK. And then just a short while ago, he did his State of the Union address, where he talked about the State of the Union, the America he knew as a young man, the America that is today, and the America that could be, or that should be down the line. So lastly, he has a new effort, brilliant as far as I'm concerned. It's kind of like an infomercial about Robert F. Kennedy Jr. But he's got some good people working for him, for writers and such and producers. He starts out this whole video with reading all the bad things everybody has said about him over the past year or so. He's nuts. He's clearly disturbed. His family hates him. He's a crank. He's completely divorced from reality. He talks to dead people. It goes on. He read all these things about himself. And then a little show business. He turns toward like another camera and says, "Hey, I wouldn't vote for that guy either." All right, it's kind of funny. And it did exactly what it was supposed to do. It gave people a hook. It's like a good song. It's got a hook. You can't get it out of your head, and you talk about it nor you sing about it. So the same thing with all the media folks. They thought this was something to be talked about, that he talks bad about himself. Talks badly about himself. So it really, really worked. And then it gets into the rest of the infomercial. It's kind of a history of who he is, what he has done over his years. And narrated, by the way, an excellent job by Woody Harrelson. Narrates the whole thing. It's about 30 minutes long. The rest of it is pretty much what what you expect, from a candidate. But the point is, it got people talking about him again. Now, after the video was posted, this is kind of a side event. It was posted on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and the like. Meta/Facebook took it down over the weekend for a while. And they said, well, we thought it was spam. We're real sorry, but no, we're going to get it back on. And they did. But that just opens the door for Robert F. Kennedy saying, see? You see? Social media, the big ones, they're in collusion with the other campaigns. Which one they might be, one only can guess. But he's saying, look, this is how it works. I'm being censored. And this is not the America that needs to be, where political candidates are censored. It may well have been simply, a technical error as far as Facebook is concerned. I'm guessing more than likely. But then again, maybe not. Good old-fashioned conspiracy theory. So that was kind of the deal on that. But it's up and it's running. You check it out if you like. At least the first part is kind of amusing. Now, let's talk about where he might be in the world of politics. Third-party candidates, we've talked about this before, it's specifically him. Just, it's an also-ran, it's a spoiler, who's he taking votes from kind of thing. So here's some of the latest polls. Now, polls, you want to believe them? It all depends on where they're coming from, all the things. What's the specific question they're asking, to whom they're asking those questions, and all that kind of stuff. It all kind of adds in to the end result. And I will say there are legacy media outlets and beyond that have kind of a point of view on things, which may kind of skew how they do polls and so on and so forth, and release the results. Latest results from one poll, at least, one of the latest ones, shows Biden and Trump pretty much neck and neck. I think Biden had 45% and Trump had 44.9%. Call it even Steven. In that poll, Robert F. Kennedy polling at 8%. Other polls show him upwards in double digits, 11% in some. And in his own organization's poll, which you have to take with, with a grain of salt somewhere, at 16%. So who really knows how this thing is going to work out? I think the campaigns, the two traditional campaigns, Democratic and Republican, are trying to figure out who he's pulling votes from or is liable to pull votes from and act accordingly. I have no guess. Flip a coin on that. But he's come back again and gotten in the consciousness of many voters, perhaps, with his latest video, the self-deprecating thing, which is, like I said, it's fairly amusing. It's nicely done, and it has accomplished the goal of getting people talking about it, including me on the fabulous My Thoughts podcast. That's what we call this thing. So that kind of wraps it up. I would like to thank everyone who likes what we're doing and shares and subscribes. It is really wonderful, and it's very, very helpful. So at any rate, those are my thoughts for what they're worth. I'm Jared Willits.